Junkz Clan Cards Review by Rowdy, MOB. Urban Rivals, Masters of Battle. Sponsored by Junkie Bear. And brought to you by Polaris Delta. Some of the review notes. The card stats are going to be reviewed. A focus on each card's use in a fight. A rating from 1 to 10 is given. 1 being useless, while 10 is being great. First card, Allan. From the Junkz Clan, he has 5 power, 3 damage, no ability. 3 out of 10. You can't really use him that much. Brandon, Clan, Junkz. For a member of the Junkz Clan, he has 4 power, 4 damage. His ability, sub-point ability, can help in fights, but his base stats are not that good. 3 out of 10. Jarez. Clan, Junkz. Again, it's pretty much every character I'll review here, but 7 power, 2 damage. His damage is not impressive, but his ability, if you can get it to be blocked, it will be impressive. Plus 3 pills can intimidate certain opponents. But otherwise, no, 2 damage isn't that scary alone. 5 out of 10. As in DC, we have Brandon. Brandon has 1 more power and an ability actually. With this, I'll rate him 2 out of 10, don't consider. Lee Moon. Rarity common, 7 power, 2 damage. His ability is not that impressive. Defeat plus 1 life isn't that significant if you ask me. Chances are he wins. Besides that, if he does win a round, you're only gonna inflict 2 damage. Rating 3 out of 10. It's almost as if he doesn't have an ability if you ask me. Sentogan. 7 power, 1 damage. Ability plus 2 life. The rating 4 out of 10. The main thing about him is that he really relies on his ability, and he doesn't have much damage. He's not considered dangerous in a fight. Molly, Clan, Junkz. Power 7, 3 damage. Ability minus 2 bone damage. 1. I'm still gonna give her a 4 out of 10. Sure, she can be used, but as a bluff, she can be rather predictable. The only real threat is that she can force her opponent to use more than 1 kill, but otherwise, no. In the event she wins, 3 damage isn't that significant. Most characters can actually make a difference in bypass this. Nobrocybix. 1 power, 5 damage, no ability. Rating 1 out of 10. A weak card. Enough said. Tammy. Unlike Nobrocybix, she actually has better base stats. 6 power, 5 damage. It's already impressive. No way. For a 3-star, her base stats are pretty good. However, she doesn't really have an ability to assist her in a fight, which doesn't make her that strong, but still worth considering. With that, I'll rate her 5 out of 10. Keanew. Unlike Tammy, he has an ability, minus 6 opponent attack, minimum 3. Having 8 attack is pretty good for a clan bonus, and it really works in synergy with his ability. -6 more attack, and 3. A 14 attack gap, however, I'm still gonna rate him 5 out of 10. The main reason is that he can't be used that much, and there are some cards out there that can manipulate an attack gap greater than 14. It's not considered that scary, but he can force your opponent to pill, use more than 1 pill, and with 6 power 4 damage, he sure has reasonable base stats to make him playable. Flyer. 6 power 3 damage. Comparing to Tammy, 3 out of 10. He can't really be used. In fact, we even saw Allan. He has 1 less star, but just 1 less power. Despite that, it shows he's not really a strong character. Funny. Again, not the scariest card. 3 power is not impressive at all for a 4-star. It's inefficient. Again, while 8 damage is pretty good, you can only inflict damage if you win a round, and with 3 power, note that to win a round, you need to have a higher attack, wherein attack is measured by power times pills and bonuses and abilities being upgraded around. And chances are she will not win the round, and if she does try to win the round, it's gonna waste some pills. With that, I'll rate her 3 out of 10. At least she has good damage, but she's not that scary to find film. Flux. Clan Junkz. 6 power 2 damage. Flux's ability really works well with his clan bonus. While his ability can reduce opponents' power, it would mean that opponents would have to pill more to match and get a greater attack. But with his clan bonus, Flux can even force the opponent to pill. However, the thing about his ability is it's a growth ability. In the early rounds, it's not a strong ability, but again, he doesn't even need to be used in the last round, depending on the type of power the opponents have. With 6 power and with an ability like that, he can make a difference. However, his main weakness is other attack manipulators. I'll rate him 5 out of 10. Flanagan. One of my favorite cards from the Junkz Clan to use. He has a base power of 70. Pretty impressive for a 2-star. Not a lot of 2-stars. Good ones actually have 7 power. And he has a damage of 2. His ability stop opponent bonus really works in synergy with his clan bonus. Especially against attack manipulators or power manipulators. Flanagan's ability can force these kinds of opponents to pill more. And the thing about it is it works in synergy. However, in terms of base damage, it's not really the strongest base damage. Despite being useful, I'd still give it a 7 out of 10. Trixie. Attack pills left. It's pretty impressive. Rating 7 out of 10. The main reason is her attack can usually starts up to 12. Mainly because you have 12 pills, unless you're playing in other modes than her ability. Plus, Junkz does have some pills manipulators, which can help increase the attack even further from 12. And yes, it is already scary dealing with 20 attack on round 1. And theoretically, first round she already has 26 attack with 1 kill, providing her ability clan bonus, which is pretty scary for her to start. Chances are your opponent will have to put more than 3 pills just to beat Trixie, which does make her a useful buff, especially when you're having more pills. It gives you more room to maneuver. Fast Johnny. While his ability to stop -4 damage minimum 1 means that you need to be against an opponent that can block your ability, again, he's pretty useful even without it. While he can reduce the opponent's damage, just his base power 8, his damage 4, and his clan bonus is pretty good already in my itself. It can make him a difficult opponent to beat. With that, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. The main thing is that he doesn't really have a working ability most of the time, but in some cases he can surely save you against stopping abilities. Crystal. Four power, 7 damage. Similar with Flanagan, her ability can ruin some strategies, but she doesn't have the same threat level I feel from Flanagan. The main reason is power. Power makes her rather easy to beat. I'll give her 4 out of 10. The damage is good, but remember, similar to Sword to Money, if you can't win a round, you can't inflict the high damage. Personally, I think power should be a focus, but also damage is essential to winning the round. You just need to know your opponent's life points. Yeah, every card has this process. Next up, Archie. For this Junkz card, protection bonus really can help against some opponents, but overall his ability won't be seen much. He's an uncommon card, and yeah, besides that he does not fare well against attack manipulators. Plus, having +8 attack protected does not always help, but despite that, he has fairly good stats to make him playable. I'll give him 5 out of 10. On it. 3 stars, 8 power, 2 damage. 2 damage. And even with his ability that can make him virtually 5 damage, no, it's not considered that great. The main reason is that his courage is too predictable. 5 out of 10. In some cases, you might just even get to play with him 8 power 2 damage. You really need to plan with him for any reason. Because other cards in the Junkz Clan have better base stats. And unlike Onyx, don't rely on their ability that much. Vanish. Yes, he's a 5-star card, common as well. Same stats as Fast Johnny. Yet his ability makes him so bad. Already a 5 out of 10. Yes, he is a good card, but you really need to plan your rounds carefully. The thing about Vanish being used is you need to win a round to activate his confidence, and then you need to win the game to activate his ability. It can be rather tricky, but if you can pull that off, you pretty much can secure a life advantage. But otherwise, for a 5-star without ability, it's rather inefficient. Because 5 stars do take up a lot of spins. No, he doesn't really have the best ability for a 5-star. Akiko. 2 power, 5 damage. It's gonna pull damage and then 2. 2 out of 10. Her ability does not do much. And sure, 5 damage is good, but overall, just Allan. Despite being considered a semi-evil with 6 power 4 damage, I wouldn't consider him a good choice for 3-star. You're better off using him 4-star. Or rating 5 out of 10. He has no ability, but the base stats are reasonably good for a 4-star. 6 power 7 damage is already quite high. However, despite that, there are other 4 stars that can do better than him. And not having an ability, you really need to plan your support, because his stats do not appear to be that intimidating for a no ability card. But worth considering. Just mind the star count there, because he won't fit that well in Type 1 decks, where you might need lower stars. Spheric. 2 stars, 6 power, 2 damage, and the ability +1 pills per damage. Theoretically, you get 2 pills for winning the round. In Fury, you can get 4, but remember, Fury costs you 3 pills, so 1 pill's lost, but at least you get 4 pills back when dealing 4 damage. And against damage reducers, Spherical just only recover 1 pill back, but it's not overall that significant. Despite that, Spheric does rely on her ability, but can be able to bluff with both clan bonus and ability. And you can win the round. With that, I'll rate her 6 out of 10. Allan. For a 4-star, those stats are pretty good. 7 power, 5 damage. His ability is not really the best, but with his clan bonus, you can have a life gap of up to 12 attacks. It can pretty much scare certain opponents depending on their hero style, but overall I'd rate him 6 out of 10 because there are other 4 stars out there that are more intimidating compared to Malmont. Gibson from the Junkz Clan. Compared to Crystal, who has the same ability, Gibson actually does a far better job at intimidating. Sure, he has less damage than Crystal, but 4 damage can do a significant amount to some opponents. And 8 power is already that scary, especially with a stop opponent bonus. Opponents might need to plan well against Gibson, and with Gibson, it's pretty easy to get packs, which is another card worth considering. But yeah, I'll rate him 7 out of 10. Sure, he has a lot of stars, but his stats really help him, especially against clans that have difficult to deal with bonuses. 8 power is also scary, but yeah, damage is a weak factor, but again, every card has their strengths and weaknesses. Fizzle. Four stars, 8 power, 4 damage, -3 damage minimum, with a clan bonus of 8 attack. She can really be good as a bluff, reducing your opponent's damage by 3. It's great. And in a way, you can also intimidate certain opponents. Yeah, reducing damage by 3. The main thing is her power, her attack. You've already got 16 attack. And reducing it, again, she can also be a bluff. Again, I'll rate her 7 out of 10 because she is one of those usable cards. Cyrene. Copy opponent power. Her power is 6. It's really good already. She doesn't need her ability. I'll rate her 5 out of 10 because if you're against an opponent with 5 power, it's not gonna help her. And there are some characters that have low base power but can manipulate them. With that, Cyrene is just copied one of those possible powers. But yeah, her base damage is scary. 6 power, 6 damage. She can already be quite intimidating for some opponents. Worth considering. Skylar. Reprisal -2 opponent power and damage minimum 2. Yeah. You need to play her in round 2. Here's the thing. Lowering your opponent's power and having an attack manipulator will force them to kill more. And lowering damage can let you have an insurance if you lose the round. And it can give an incentive to just play safe with one kills. However, it's reprisal. I'd rate her 7 out of 10 because it's not that strong. The other thing is her base stats are okay, but reprisal is predictable. She can only be played after your opponent plays. In some cases, your opponent could plan ahead with her, even if they play the round first. But even so, without her ability, for a 5-star she's rather impressive. But she's best played in a second round. In a round where she gets to go second. Carry. Defeat +2 pills. Rating 6 out of 10. Of course, while there's not much incentive for her to win, her clan bones can be used as a bluff. Thus forcing your opponent to play at least more than 1 pill. And if she loses, you get +2 pills. Having more pills can help you maneuver around them. It's one of the fundamental strategies of Junkz Clan. Pills, manipulation, and attack at the same time. While manipulating attack, they can force the opponent to have less pills, and at the same time increasing their own pills, thus creating a good life gain. A good gap with pills, really. And in the long term, you can manipulate your opponent's life points if you have enough pills to maneuver around and increase your choices. Besides that, damage is not that good, but carry does help with the junk strategy. Mask. A semi-evil. He actually gets his ability at level 4, protection damage. Yes. At level 4, he's 7 power, 6 damage, considered impressive. I'm gonna have to give him 9 out of 10. It's pretty good for a 4-star. He's usable at level 4, which makes him easy to fit in a type 1 deck, and you can use him in level 5 as well. Uncommon, yeah. Thus protecting damage, 6 damage being protected is unlocked. Even at level 4, you have 6 damage, you got some good stats to deal with. And it's a bit flexible, whether 4 or 5, you can still fit him in a good deck. His main weakness, I would say, is rather power manipulation can work used against him, and the fact he's rather heavy in a deck. But Mask is a good card to consider. Cheap, but also has the power and stats. June. A 3-star card. Yeah, I wouldn't say she's the strongest card, but you know, 5 power, 5 damage is rather intimidating for a 3-star. And her ability works in synergy with her bonus. In reducing opponent's power by 3, it puts them in par with June. However, her clan bonus enables her to increase her attack and force the opponent to kill more. I'll still give her a 6 out of 10 because she really relies on her ability and her clan bonus, and there are some good ways to simply beat her. Just block her ability or use an attack manipulator. But yes, she's similar to Dream, another card that I'll go through. Otaku. Yeah. Same stars as Brandon. More power. 6 power, 4 damage, stop at 30. 7 out of 10 is rather flexible. Put him in deck. thing about him stopping abilities is that he can be pretty useful. Even against annoying abilities that you might have to do. In fact, with him, you're pretty much facing bonus without bonus, so if you're dealing with someone with an ability that can be severe in terms of attack manipulation or scaring in a bluff, just stopping their ability is pretty much a good solution, and he's got the base stats to back it up to help him win the round. Earl. Yeah, 7 power, 3 damage. There's another character with the same stats as her, but less stars. 5 out of 10. Sure, you can have a good life gap and like vanish, there's no condition, but thing is, 7 power 3 damage is not good stats for a 5-star. She'll rely on her ability, definitely. It's an effective way to beat her. Dream. Same ability as June. Just 1-star lands, 2 damages less. Between her and June, again, like June, she really needs a bit. Rating 6 out of 10. The main reason is her ability, clan bonus. There are 2 things that Dream really relies on to win the round. It's quite tricky when you really rely on an ability. Besides that, also attack manipulators are a counter weakness, but in some cases, just having both at the same time can be intimidating, and it does make Dream playable. Dash. 6 power, 1 damage. Just hope that your opponent does not block this ability. Yes, for a 2-star, his power and damage, I wouldn't say it's impressive. He's a rare card, but not the most flexible option if you ask me. The main reason is, if you can block his ability, he's just going to be 1 damage. And also, you got some opponents with low damage, so he won't be that useful. He doesn't scare much opponents, but he can be inserted in the deck. And be flexible. But otherwise, despite being 6 out of 10, I would not consider using him unless you need to fit a card in a deck, because he's the 2-star card, which is easier to fit in compared to Flyer, Tammy. But yeah, and you can manipulate to even have base damage, a total damage similar to this, despite its low base damage. Neil, similar case to Mask. He's a semi-evil. 7 power, 5 damage, 4 stars, and then 6 damage at his final form. Those stats enable him to be used well in a Type 1 deck or a Type 2 deck, and his ability to defeat -2 kills. If you can play him in 1 pill, combined with his clan bonus, you'll force the opponent to kill him. However, if he loses, the opponent will lose even more pills, thus creating a good pills gap. Really scary for a 5-star. And in the event the opponent wants to let you win so they can avoid his ability, well, you can inflict 5 or 6 damages and still scare him. Yeah, a really intimidating bluff for the first round especially. But again, he really relies on the ability bonus combo to become that effective, but still. So, 9 out of 10, pretty good card to consider. Cheap. Sticker. Again, another semi-evo. 8 power, 2 damage at 2 stars, then 3 at 3 stars. Yes, 8 power, if you protect 8 power, you pretty much safe against other power reducers. This especially helps him maintain his clan bonus and also be intimidating against other cards that can try to lower his power. Again, while his base stats don't do much, especially because he has 3 damage or 2 at 2 stars, you really can intimidate some of your opponent and even ruin their strategies just by playing Sticko. With him, he's pretty effective against power reducers. Do consider him if you are having trouble against him, and his clan bonus helps even more. So yeah. Rating 7 out of 10, mainly because of his base stats. Berserk Girl. Yes, she's a rare card, but I don't really like it. 5 power, 4 damage, and plus 3 damage. Yeah, a virtual 5/7 at 3 stars. Berserk really isn't that scary. 4 out of 10. The thing is, again with Bunny, Crystal, those kind of and cards in the lineup, you really need power to execute good damage, and Berserk Girl lacks that. And if you do block her ability, she's only 4 damage, it won't scare anyone. D47. Plus 1 pills per damage. Rating 6 out of 10. Similar to Spheric, you can use Fury and get more pills, but again, Spheric's only 2 stars 2 damage. D47 is 4 stars 4 damage. Not so flexible on the deck. And sure, if you use Fury, you can get 6 pills back. However, D47 runs her own risks. Firstly, without her ability, she's not that good. If you reduce her damage, you won't get much pills back either. I'm sure you have the clan bonus plus 8 attack, and you could bluff with her by playing a few pills and getting 4, but you really need to pay attention to damage reducers and ability blockers in particular to maintain a good bluff. Ibiza, Junkz Clan. 8 power, 5 damage, defeat, recover, 1 pills out of 2. Yeah, she can really be used strategically. 5 damage, and if she does lose the round, you can get half the pills you play back. Pretty useful. However, 7 out of 10 because the damage reducers are pretty effective against her. Tahan. Plus 2 pills. Rating 6 out of 10. It's similar to Vanish. Stats are not up to par, and as you saw with Ibiza, a 4 star, they have the same stats, 8 power, 5 damage, ability plus 2 pills. The least you could do is scare an opponent, but no, he doesn't easily fit in decks. And that's 6 out of 10. But if you still want a good card, you might want to consider Tahan because of the pill stat. Do note you have to win with it if it's ability activated. G. Confidence plus 2 power. With that, he's virtually a 9 power, 4 damage, but you need to win the previous round. And doing so, 4 damage, that's much a lot. 9 power is hard to overcome. That's why we would rate him 7 out of 10. The main weakness is shared with most Junkz cards, I believe, are damage reducers. With 9 power, 8 attack, it's a really tough bluff to overcome once you can win the first round. But with Jiro's ability to work, you really have to win the first round, do something. But yeah, winning the first round is an essential trick, and then you can overpower some points, but it needs good planning. Dawn. Okay, for a growth plus 1 pills. Yeah, she gets 4 pills at the last round, but in the last round, you wouldn't really be pills. She's only useful in the first 3 rounds, which is why we rated 6 out of 10. Other cards can be much better than Dawn, but she is worth considering if you need a good 4-star that deals in pills manipulation. And unlike T47, damage reducers do not need to be done. However, chances are she'll be playing Rowdy, which makes her rather predictable. Tremor. Much better Junkz Clan. Really falls in synergy with the Junkz strategy. Minus 2 opponent pills, minimum 1. Rating 7 out of 10. The main reason is that Tremor can reduce opponent's pills by 2 to a low minimum. That can give you a lot of room to play with, but in doing so, Tremor can be intimidating. Plus his clan bonus plus 8 attack. Who knows? You can just play 1 pills, and an opponent that thinks you're gonna overkill, you can play it safe and still create the 2 pills gap. Either way, with his clan bonus and ability together, your opponent's likely gonna have to deal with a pills gap after he's played, regardless whether they win. 4 damage is really good for a 3-star. Cubic. One of my favorite Junkz cards to use. 8 out of 10. Unlike Otaku, who has 6 power 4 damage, despite being 1 more star, just stopping an opponent's ability can be good. It does protect Cubic from really painful abilities you might have to deal with, or can ruin his strategy. But yeah, even with good power and stats, he does have stats to back up his abilities. Besides that, he's worth considering. Nobrocybix. Much better than Nobrocybix. A semi-evil, as you saw. Damage 3 at 3 stars, 4 at 4 stars, and his ability is plus 4 pills. Unlike T47, damage does not affect how much pills you get back. If you can win, you get 4 pills back. It also makes him a rather tricky bluff. Sure, he does not a lot of damage, but his ability is more intimidating. And when used with his clan bonus to increase attack by 8, you can really create a good pills gap. You just need to have some good estimations to how many pills you want to play and a good attack in order to create a huge pills gap with plus 4 pills. Of course, I'd rate him 7 out of 10 because he's not great with it without his ability. Fuzz. Another favorite card of mine. Despite being 5 stars and hard to put in the deck, 6 power, 8 damage is already scary. He's a stop opponent build. Fuzz can block some troublesome abilities, but 8 out of 10. You really need to watch out for stop abilities, such as Fast Johnny's ability or Jarez's ability, for example. Because with him, since he does block abilities, some good planning might be needed on which abilities to block. But yeah, he can ruin some opponent's strategies, because sometimes an ability can be more dangerous than a bonus. But yeah, 8 out of 10. A good card. Peeler. Another good card. Despite being uncommon, he's pretty easy to get in some packs. -4 opponent damage, 3 7 power 7 damage. That's scary for a 5-star. You really need to consider, will you win the round, lose the round? Yeah. And with 7 power 7 damage, it gives an incentive to win the round. Yeah, like that. And if you lose, well, your opponent's damage reduced by 4. Not most opponents will not like the damage reduced, which makes it really effective against, especially against high damage cards. Haze. -3 opponent power. 5. A good card. Again, similar to June or Dream, their abilities work in sync with their stats. And rated 8 out of 10. Her main weakness is the high minimal for ability. But if you can lower opponent's power and maintain the stats, it can really force your opponent to have good heals back. And yes, her ability has the same minimum as Flux. But unlike Flux, she has way more damage. 7 compared to 2. Haze is really usable. Sassel Lovelace. Defeat, recover 2 pills out of 3. Rating, 8 out of 10. You should really consider her. Good card. The thing about her is that if she loses, you get some pills back. Although if I had to give a good strategy, I would try to inflict at least 4 damage with one of the Junkz cards, then play her in round 2, keep her ability, and you could scare your opponents whether they want to go all out or just play it safe. And regardless of way, you do create a good life gap, or you can KO the opponent. The thing is with the pills gap, if she loses, she gets pills back, which is really nice. Besides that, yeah, 8 out of 10. Consider Sassel Lovelace. D for fun. A much better alternative compared to Pearl. Again, similar to Pearl, both rely on their ability. 7 out of 10. If you need to have a flexible choice in a deck, don't choose Pearl, choose D for fun. It's more efficient for your star count. Blink. So you may have used Trixie. Sure, Trixie can have +12 attack. Blink can also have +12 attack on round 3. And round 4 +16. Add them up. Round 4 you can only have up to 24 attack. Yes, Blink is really intimidating against some opponents. Of course, a nice alternative compared to Rowdy if you can't afford it. I'll get them later. Rager, 8 out of 10. The main weakness Blink has is that her ability is somewhat predictable, makes her somewhat predictable in the first few rounds, and you would need to be selective on which round to play. But otherwise, a good character stats to consider. Another common weakness is damage reducers, but I'm sure you can think of a good strategy. Lock. Copy opponent bonus, 5-star, 7 power, 7 damage. Between stopping an opponent's bonus and copying them, sometimes copying them can give you the upper hand. Especially if you're not copying an attack manipulation or bonus blocking. With good stats like that, lock can be a really tricky card to do. 7 power, 7 damage, 9 out of 10, a really good card. And even next to damage reducer, she's also a damage reducer. Her strategy can pretty much take approach and into consideration what your opponent's bonuses are. Romana, 7 power, 4 damage, ability minus 1 power damage, rate 9 out of 10. She's flexible to put in deck, 7 power, 4 damage. She doesn't rely on her ability that much. And if she does use her ability to lower your opponent's power, you can pressure them to pillar more, which is a pretty effective strategy, especially when using Sentogan clan moves. And if your opponent beats her, she can reduce their damage by 1. So yes, Romana does have some unpredictable approaches. Despite that, she doesn't really rely on her that much, and is flexible. Now the LD, Space Hans Legend, 5 power 4 damage, rating 6 out of 10. Sure, he's got the weakest stats, but 5 power 4 damage. If you saw Allan, 5 power 3 damage, no ability, you can say Space Hans is more useful. And despite its low power, just blocking certain abilities can already make Space Hans LD dangerous. Yeah, a good legendary if you can pull him. Next, Travis legendary. 7 power 4 damage. Minus 6 point damage with 1 3. Yes, by reducing your opponent's damage by 6. Not a lot of opponents can overcome it. You can pretty much sacrifice it against your opponent with high damage, and even when your opponent sees this card, they might play strategically just to avoid Travis from boosting the high damage. And yes, he has good power to back up. One of the best Junkz cards of damage reducing. You can use him really strategically with a big time. But the thing is, it's still rated 6 out of 10 because the minimum is rather high, and winning wise, it doesn't take much incentive to win or has enough support. In fact, your opponent could just be sneaky and use a life reducer. But yeah, good legendary to consider. V9 collector. Usable, but chances are she'll lose the round. 1 damage is not an incentive to win a round, and her ability gives her an insurance to reduce opponent's damage. Of course, it can be blocked, makes her weak. And yeah. But if you have this collector, it's pretty much signifies your dedication to the Junkz Clan. Guild Collector. Yes, minus 3 opponent pills is the scary part of his bluff, but he has a minimum of 4, which is a really high minimum. The other thing about Gil is why I rate him 8 out of 10 is because his ability and clan bonus work well together in intimidating an opponent. It might make him play irrationally because losing 3 pills can make a huge difference in the next rounds. Not only that, for a collector, unlike Flanagan, he has a rather similar strategy, but he doesn't really deal with attacking players, but rather forces pills to be manipulated, and he can make a good gap. But he is weak without his ability and rather expensive as expected of a collector. 8 out of 10. Rowdy Collector, one of my favorite cards in the Junkz Clan, obviously. Now his ability is plus 12 attack. If you can't afford Rowdy, consider Blink. But plus 12 attacks. Plus 8 attack, you already have plus 20 attack. 10. Rowdy has a few weaknesses. Mainly, other attack manipulators can't beat him, but if you can block his ability clan bonus, it does not make him that strong. Or if you're gonna use a damage reducer, it's not gonna make him that intimidating. Additionally, if you can just play a cancel attack modifier, I'm sure it'll be a lot against Rowdy. 6 power, 6 damage won't help him overcome much, but he is an effective bluff regardless of the turn he's played in, unlike Blink or Trixie. A good card to consider if you can. Berserk Girl's Collector. Berserk Girl, not the collector version, is far better. Has an ability and stuff. 2 out of 10, weak card. And now, for a mode we've been waiting for. The godfather of the Junkz himself, DJ Core Collector. 8 power, 8 damage. Wait. 10 out of 10. By reducing his opponent's damage by 3, give you a really effective bluff. The thing is, 8 power, 8 damage, you'll win easily. And if he loses, well, your opponent's just gonna have their damage lowered by 3. Not a lot of cards can beat him. In fact, 8 damage is always scary if he wins. Besides that, a living legend of the Junkz with virtually no weakness. If I had to say he has a weakness, it just might be higher powers, but this card would easily be beaten. His weakness would probably be expensive, but in a fighting context, this is the best Junkz card you could get. With that, I've ended my review.